Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. Pardon me. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. Um, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm? Okay. So I've been smelling, right, within this message as I've been tapped in, I've been smelling um someone who's been outside in the sun for too long, or for a long time. Like, when you've been hard in labor, in a state of being, of doing something in the sun, though. Like, I see someone during the day doing something, and this is in a isolated area. They're digging up something in the daytime and they're literally sweating bullets to the point where they beginning to stink. You know how the sun can leave a stench on you when you've been out there for too long. Hence, we try to cover ourselves, sunglasses, hats, and things like that, to just protect us from the UV rays, right, of the sun, because they can enhance the smell of the flesh. Like, they can literally, that's why it can burn, right? So this is someone who has been coming out in the energy. This is the same karmic feminine Jezebel who has been after you in terms of wanting your identity, wanting your life, wanting to be like you, wanting to be you. This is that same karmic Jezebel. This is that same feminine energy. That same feminine energy. So they've been, okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. Things have been happening in this woman's life. Things that they have no control over. These are circumstances of life, right? The Wheel of Fortune energy is like the fact that tomorrow exists, and that being no one else is doing or under anyone else's control. Like, we all will wake up tomorrow, or rather we all will experience tomorrow. Not we all will wake up tomorrow, but the fact that some of us don't wake up tomorrow because we lose our lives, that's also the Wheel of Fortune energy, where circumstances of life we don't control, like death, incidences like that, things of that nature, like the wind, the air. No one can control that. It's a substance of life we need as human beings. The Wheel of Fortune is that energy where it's just things of life that have nothing to do with you. You just need to hope that you're in sync with the universe in a good way, so that the things of life, when they happen, you're always on the good end of it. Good karma, right? This person here, if you take a look at the Wheel of Fortune, I'm seeing this darkness energy that's about to consume this person's reality. There's a dark cloud over someone's head, and it's making its way into their reality. Like, imagine the sky, and all of a sudden it just goes dark and black. Like, that will be something no human being can control, right? But in this instance, how I'm seeing it is like someone's life is going to be like that. Like, there's going to be this extreme dark cloud that just suddenly overtakes this person's reality and everything just falls apart. So let's see what's going on. I'm being led back to the prophetic vision. She's been in the sun digging up something in an isolated place. I'm seeing this isolated place. There's soil, right? It's a soil-based place that has also grass and certain types of flowers there. This woman has been digging in that isolated area here, but this one specific spot they've been digging in is what I'm being drawn to here. Let's see what's going on. So this woman has been planting things in soil, right? She's been doing a lot of harvesting in the soil. So this woman, I have the narrative. I see exactly what she's doing. The things that she's putting in soil are spiritual traps, right? She's spiritually trying to trap you. Like wherever you go, she goes to the nearest place in that specific location, that she goes to the nearest isolated place in the location that you go to, wherever you are, whether it's a restaurant, your place of rest, wherever you go to work, or an errand that you're running. This woman will follow you there and go to the closest isolated location of where you are to dig something, and to dig up something in the soil and put something in the soil, to bury something in the soil here. Like she'll follow you wherever you go to make sure that, she harvests your energy in that way, where she plants something in the soil, she puts something in the soil. We have the Four of Wands. So as this woman continues doing so, like she's hoping that it has a certain effect on you. This is a woman in a desperate energy, this karmic Jezebel spirit. She's desperate to take you down. She's desperate to destroy you. She's not giving up. We've already established that. You already know that this energy has been constant for a reason, right? These messages have been coming out about this stalker woman who doesn't want to leave you alone and keeps attacking you in a specific way. And in this instance, this is spiritually. So this woman here, like, she does this as frequently as she can. So obviously she has her own life that she now has to live, but her life is so consumed by yours that she has to schedule herself that, like, okay, I have to be this person in my reality, then I have to continue stalking this one. I have to continue stalking you while I keep trying to be myself, because she still has to be herself, because her life needs to keep going on. Tomorrow still exists, right? So she has to keep doing life, right? And as they're doing so, this woman is struggling, because then there's you, there's her, and she's continuously trying to maintain that balance. It's taking a toll on her, having to have eyes on you and then having to mind her business. It's taking a toll on her to mind her business, and at the same time, she's acting like she's minding her business, but she has eyes on you. Meaning this woman has to coexist with this obsession. She has to coexist with it. And it's weighing her down. She's struggling to coexist with this obsession. But this obsession keeps increasing every day, because she's not losing hope. She's not trying to see past that illusion, or leave that wishful thinking. She feels like there has to be a way to bring you down. This woman will never rest. Like, it's like, over my dead body, I'll never surrender. Like, she feels like she has to. She's obligated. She's assigned. She's a satanic agent. She has to bring you down. And she's like, I'll gladly do so. So she keeps trying here. And it increases this obsession and this illusion. This woman ain't right, okay? We already know that this karmic Jezebel spirited woman really has lost her mind. We already know that. This woman is out of her mind. She's out of her body. This woman is not in alignment. She's out of it. So with that being said, she's trying to come for you as she's in this state of being. The things that she's putting in the soil is like things, I'm seeing like tiny potion jars, those tiny potion jars. I'm seeing also things that are tied in rope. I'm seeing herbs that are meant to be of good, but she's using them for bad. That, you know, I'm seeing a lot here. She keeps burying things. Like this woman keeps burying things in the soil, in the ground. She keeps doing that. And it keeps her hope and wishful thinking energy alive. It keeps her from completely showing her insanity to everyone. So this is a form of coping mechanism. Like she feels like she needs to do this in order for her to be able to hold it together, because this woman has actively lost her mind. She's out of her body. This woman has developed a split personality disorder due to this obsession she's had for years. This woman has gave years of her life to you. The power that you have in this woman's life is massive. This woman has given herself to you in that way. This split personality disorder is the first personality is the identity she has to be in her life in order for her to maintain her reality. And then the second identity is the obsessed self that she keeps within. That obsessed self only comes out when she's alone. So she's a different person in the eyes of others, in the eyes of people, in the eyes of those around her. And then she's a different person when she's alone. She has two personalities. She has two identities that she coexists with. She lives with it every day. And this split personality disorder, it developed throughout the years of this obsession because she had to have two identities. She had to have two personalities in order for her to keep up this obsession. The person that can face you and or thinks can face you, the person that speaks ill on you and lies about you, the person that tries to come off like this drama queen that like catches people's eyes and has the loudest presence, the attention, that's the personality that she tries to pull when she's around people. That's the self around people, the socialite, like the people pleaser. She is a people pleaser in the eyes of others, but when she's alone, she's an obsessed maniac. Those are the two identities: the people pleaser, the obsessed maniac. So she coexists with regards to being in those two state of beings. She's a people pleaser one time, and then she's a obsessed maniac the next, and she has to coexist with those state of beings every day. Like this level of obsession is serious. This woman feels entitled and justified in her cause, meaning she feels like she has every right to be in the state of being. She feels like no one will ever understand. She knows exactly why she has the right to be like this. But like I said, this woman is not in alignment with herself here. She doesn't have intuitive abilities. This woman is completely out of sync. She doesn't have universal tune energy. No, she's not universally inclined at all. She's out of alignment. The world completely controls this woman. Things of the world, like she'll really get consumed by the littlest things of the world. Like I'm seeing this woman when she's alone, when she becomes the obsessive maniac. When this woman becomes the obsessive maniac, I'm seeing her. She literally does things like stab pillows and slice the throats of toys, or those teddy bears and things like that. I'm seeing her break dishes. I'm seeing her smash certain glass furniture. I'm seeing her tear her whole space up. I'm seeing her look for hours in actual pictures, and the most disgusting vision just came to life right now. Like, this woman also touches herself to you. She likes to touch herself to you and then envision you and her together sexually. Like, this woman is not okay. Like, she has some form of ideology that, like, you and her have the same power, and you also would love to sleep with her, or you also have this obsessive maniac personality you hide. Like, she feels like you are mirroring her, like you're reciprocating her. Like, this is an imaginary beef. This woman is alone in this. Like, she thinks you and her are doing this together. It's a thing. Girl fight energy. No, like, this immaturity is not in alignment with your womanhood. You don't resonate with this behavior. You would never. You've evolved, you've elevated. You're not in alignment with her vibration. You're not karmic, you're divine feminine. That's the difference between you and this woman here. She has so many sick fantasies. This is just one of them. She does a lot when she's alone. All that I've established is just a little piece of it. Like, this woman likes to speak in the tone of your voice while looking in the mirror. She likes to buy things that secretly you've bought just to see how she looks with them. She likes to be around the people you are around to see how they treat her in comparison to you. Like, this woman she's an obsessed maniac. So she keeps burying things in the soil. As she keeps burying things in the soil, she doesn't realize it, but it's killing her. Like, something is going to happen to this woman. She's going to completely show her insanity. Something is coming. Yes. This woman, her ways are about to catch up to her. Something is about to happen in reality. Like, there's an energy that lingers in the air right now. We're in Aries season. Aries rules fire, war, right? Conflict, strife. Aries is fury, rage. Aries is triggers, right? So the energy right now, if you are a negative person, you can easily get taken over by this energy. Like, Aries energy can completely take control of you if you don't have self grounding at this time. So this is a karmic. She's completely distorted. She's a distorted feminine energy. She has no clue who she is. Hence, she feels like she's another person, which is you, or she wants to be another person, which is you. This woman, something's gonna happen here with regards to her, but it has to do with you. There's something being done, like, universally in the energies, and all of us are about to experience encounter around the same frequency, meaning we are going to come face to face with this stalker who's been attacking us for years. Like, it's time for something to happen. It's time for something to happen. Type of energy. The storm, this is like a message of warning, letting you know that something is coming. Okay. So what's about to happen is there's an encounter here, right? Something that has to do with you and this feminine energy. There is an encounter, like, you and them are going to be in the same place at the same time. Let's tap in further to this message, okay? Like, this is going to be a circumstance that you don't put yourself in. They won't even know when it's going to happen either. I'm channeling this as a foreseen circumstance, meaning that it's going to happen regardless if you wanted to or them. It's a universally aligned encounter. God wants something to come out of this. God wants something to happen. Yeah, it's part of God's plan. We have the Emperor. And it being reversed means that whatever is going to happen is going to prove a specific point, right, to this person, because you're dealing with a obsessive maniac here who really feels like they're your god, or they can do something to you regardless of the truth of the situation. And God is tired of this woman. God is tired of this woman. This woman has been obsessed for too long, hiding it well in front of other people and painting you out to be someone you're not, in order for them to have people on their side. This woman is sick. This woman has a maniac obsession that she needs to address. She keeps burying things in the ground, following you everywhere. This is one of thousands of things that she's done in hopes to stand against you. This needs to come to an end, and God is making sure of it. Something's going to happen here. Something that's going to change everything. Yeah, something's going to completely change. Something's going to completely shift. Okay, so we have the King of Cups reversed. So I see this happening on a day that you are in a good mood. God is going to make sure you're in a good mood, you're in alignment with your emotions, so that whatever happens, it doesn't catch you off guard with the King of Cups reversed. God is going to make sure you are in control of your emotions. Okay, yeah, so you can be able to handle the situation correctly, or so that you can be able to be within this circumstance and still be in control of yourself. Because this situation here is going to really trigger you, to say the least. We have the Six of Swords. You're going to smell the peasantry status on this person. You're going to smell the jealousy, smell the hate, smell the envy, right? And this is you coming together with your obsessor here, and the obsessor is going to see the obsession, so shit bound to hit the fan. She's going to snap, obviously. This woman feels like she's so in control of herself that, because when she's looking around, she's like, man, I fooled you into believing this. I fooled you into believing that. Oh, I fooled you and you into believing that about myself, about this person, about that thing. I'm good at this. This is someone who lies for a living. Like, they lie to everyone. They know how to lie. They know how to assert their identity in people's lives. They're like a scorpion energy where they will creep up on you, right? And literally poison you, but with a smile. Like, this person is like this with everyone. This is not something that you should look at as like they're like that towards you. Not like this person is like that. So they think they're going to be able to handle themselves if they ever encounter you. They've already established that within themselves. They're like, man, I'm good at already keeping it together and holding it together. But this backfire that has been happening spiritually, that is enabling them to lose their mind, because they're out of their body and out of alignment with themselves, out of balance, not in sync universally, out of tune. It's not going to go the way they think. They think they're going to be able to handle themselves. They won't. And the fact that this is going to happen out of the control of the both of you, no one's going to, like, this is one of those situations where it's like, damn, I didn't think this was going to be like this, or this was going to happen, or how, what? You know, it's like you're not going to, it's just going to happen for itself or on its own. No one, not you, not this person, nothing. It's just going to happen on its own. With the Eight of Cups reversed, and it's going to be a situation you have to face. You won't be able to walk away. Like, whatever, however way this happens, right? You're going to be confined. Like, it's going to be like you have to be in the same location as this person at the same time. You have to be. It won't be something you can do anything about. That's why this message is coming out, because you'll be forced to coexist with someone in that specific time and place. And you need to know how to move. But just know something's coming with regards to this person's behavior when you encounter them. They're going to literally show their insanity. Something so big that they won't know what got into them. This is going to be one of those situations where, whether this this analogy, this reference point, this case study, this example, whether you look at what I'm about to say as it's something that was staged or whatever, that's besides the point. But you remember when Will Smith got up and punched Chris in the face, right? At the Grammys, right? It's going to be that heat of the moment energy where someone is going to irrationally snap to the extent that everyone will see how insane they are, and it'll vindicate you in that moment. Like, this is a big thing that's going to happen because the things someone has lied about with regards to you, if they were actually in the position to have power over your life, they would have made sure that everyone sees you in such a way that no one will even touch you, look at you, think about you, talk about you, make sure that you just perish in the air and you become nothing. This woman has spoke some things about you that can lead to legalities. It's like, man, I can sue you for defamation of character. I can sue you for stalking. I can have you locked up and open a case for harassment. Like, this is that level here of obsessive maniac disorder that someone is under here. Someone has developed this over time. That's why this is going to happen, because this is a buildup. Like, another example, another analogy, another reference point, another case study. Take, for instance, you have like two friends. This one friend is jealous of the other, but has been holding it in for 15 plus years or something, 10 plus years, 6 plus years, 8 plus years, long time. It's been festering within them and it's been living inside of them. This jealousy has brewed and cooked so much so that it's ready to be served, and it can no longer be held within. They just snap one day and just strangle the friend out of nowhere, or plan the most outrageous things to happen to the friend, like have her beat up and break her leg and break her this, like just snap out of nowhere, like cut up all the friend's clothes and do the most craziest thing, because one thing is going to set it off. There's one thing that you're going to do that's going to set a chain of events off in this direction, and it's something that you won't be doing intentionally. It's like, coming back to the generalization of this message, you could just be in that same location, same place, and because you are laughing, she's gonna think you're laughing about her, or you're talking about her and laughing at her, and it's gonna lead the situation in the direction of confrontation. She's gonna wanna confront you, and because you are divine feminine, you know how to handle yourself and how to move, and those connected to you are woke enough. They'll see right through this insane bitch, and so will everyone else, and she'll be embarrassed. And it'll linger, because right now, when this comes out, it's going to vindicate you in such a way that everybody will see her as just a sore loser, a hater who doesn't want anyone but herself to have the center of attention, because you shine brightly, or brighter than her. You have more intellect, more intelligence than her. You sit on your throne, and it's high up in the pedestal of the Most High, and she's a down peasantry status, and she does not want to accept that. But the reason she's down peasantry status is because she does things like this. If you want to be a divine feminine, act like one. Assert yourself in life as one until you get to that point within yourself. Do not be illusionary about it and speak it and think, yeah, because I say I'm this don't mean I'm that. You know what I'm saying? This woman, when she actively snaps, everybody's gonna literally see the insanity. It's gonna be like, girl, you really need help. It's not gonna go how she thinks. She thinks that, people are going to look at her as like this powerful person because she's coming against you, and you are the most powerful, right? She looks at it as like, competition of thrones and a competition of crowns. She looks at it as like, if she does this, people are going to look at her in a particular way, and it's going to give her the attention she so desperately wants. Everybody's going to think of her in a particular way and see her in a particular way. It's not going to happen like that. They're going to just see the insanity that's been inside of her, because it's going to come out. Like, this woman has been holding it in for too long, to the point where it has enabled her to have a hold disorder, beloved. This is serious. A hold disorder. They have a disorder that they've developed because of how they've lived their life. Stalking someone their whole entire life, to the extent that you have to schedule your personalities to fit like that obsession. Like, this is crazy. This is insanity. And this woman here, they're a classified obsessive maniac. They're a classified obsessive maniac. They need help. They need help. You know how many mental illness disorders have not been established, have not been spoken of, have not been discovered, but they exist. This obsessive maniac disorder, a lot of women are in that state of being because a lot of women are stalking divine feminines. There are a lot of karmic Jezebel women right now stalking divine feminines. Almost half of the population of humankind is experiencing that. It's in the energy. As a divine feminine, you have a feminine karmic Jezebel who's stalking you at this time. And it's not something that has just happened. It's been happening. It's in the energy. It's just coming out. It's just being exposed. And because no one wants to come off like a stalker and an obsessor, obviously, hence she's tried to hide it, but it has caused her to have split personality disorder. 2 personalities. On top of that, she has an obsessive maniac disorder. Someone is not right. The things that if you really knew the things this woman has done to be you and have your life, if you really knew the extent she has gone and the capabilities, it will literally freak you out. It'll scare the living daylights out of you. If you really knew how obsessed she really was, there's a reason for the mania. She's going to have a manic episode in front of everybody, and it'll expose the obsessive maniac disorder that has been cloaked under the split personality disorder she's had, because it has developed over time because of the life she's been living and how she's been living it. Imagine having to be 2 different people, double life. People that have double lives have split personality disorder. It's just things of life that no one speaks of because we're too caught up in the noise of the world and how badly things are turning out in life. It's so much going on out here. It's like, even if you are blessed, when you take a look around at the world, there's so many people that aren't blessed that you feel bad for being blessed. Like, why am I blessed knowing that people are dying right now out of With all that being said, this is not something to take lightly. When this person snaps, they won't be able to control it. It's just going to happen. Like, they're just going to completely lose control. The strength reverse to the 8 of Wands. They're going to lose control and then just react. And the manic episode it'll literally, everyone is going to see. I'm seeing like friends this woman has, like people she confides in, people she thinks she can trust. Those people all are drawn to you. They all would love to rather be in your life than her life, but they know that because they're in her life, they can't be in your life. So they've already associated themselves with her. By default, you want nothing to do with them, right? So those people are also actively watching you and watching this woman spiral out of control because she confides in them. But don't forget, the obsessive maniac disorder only comes out when she's alone. So how she maintains it with people is she'll ask questions about you, or she'll purposely put your like picture show up on her phone or something like that so that they can ask her about you. Or like, this woman is weird. This is such weird and strange behavior. Yeah, the devil. Like, this woman is completely out of it. She's completely obsessed. It's like she can't see past it. She can't snap out of it because it's developed into something bigger. That's the thing. It's not funny, guys, or like we can't just be like, oh, these, like someone keeping pictures of you on their phone, constantly looking at you, Empress, constantly watching you, talking about you. It can be something small in that time until it develops into something else. And it has developed over time. It has developed into something very serious. This woman here has been in the state of being of obsession for too long for it not to worsen. It's been festering, like she's been rotting within her with this obsession energy. And it's literally coming out. It's going to literally show itself. You will be shocked because of how well she's been holding it together. You'll literally be shocked. Everyone will be. And with the King of Pentacles here, this person's ego that has led them to believe that there's someone that they're not, and they can come up against you and do this and do that, act like this, act like that. All these spiritual things they've been playing with, it's all just a buildup. The spiritual work she's done is the cause of split personality disorder, masked with obsessive maniac disorder. The spiritual work she's done and the choices and decisions she's actively made, the thoughts and the feelings she houses within herself with regards to you and the situation, it completely has driven her insane. This woman is completely out of alignment. She's out of balance. She's not okay. This woman needs help. And the thing is, she needs to look at herself in the mirror and address the problem, but she can't. You know what I'm just seeing? As I said, the mirror. Like, this is something serious. No. Pictures of you on a mirror. It's like, let's say you had this wig on. That picture will be put in the mirror and she'll buy this exact wig to see how she looks in the mirror with it. And she'll cry because she doesn't look like you. She'll look at your eyes and try to do her eyes like yours, whether with her, like, just try to do something, her makeup, her hands or something, like, or your mouth in a particular way, and she'll try to, like, this woman, this is her self-torturing. She's self-harming here. This is emotionally and mentally harmful. And a lot of us go through that. We all go through emotional harm and mental harm, and we don't make it out. Most of humanity is stuck in so much trauma. We have the Queen of Swords. This woman has to allow herself to see past this. Like, she has to literally just accept that she needs help for her to be able to change her circumstance. But you see what she's doing? She's still burying things, having you following you when she can. If she can't have you followed, she follows you herself. But she always makes sure she has eyes on you. This woman always makes sure she knows where you are, what you're doing, planting and burying things in the ground wherever you are. And wherever your home is, your place of rest, best believe she's made sure that she's gotten close enough to bury something close to your home. Make sure that at least there's that going on. Because like I said, this is some form of coping mechanism, trying to hold it together. But something's going to come out because it's meant to. God wants it to. Like, it's like it has to. Something has to change completely. And it will. It's going to completely change her world and yours. You'll see. We have the world to the Hangman reversed. Her people are going to start when this happens, it's going to trigger a chain of events. This chain of events is going to lead the same people she's connected to speak up and say, nah, she's really been having a problem. She's really been obsessed, and she has said this. Look at the text message, hear this voice memo, look at this picture she sent. Like, everyone has truth and evidence of this woman's obsession. That's the thing. She has just been living in it for so long, she thinks it's okay. She thinks it's okay. God wants to show this woman none of this has ever been okay. None of what she's done, said, however way she's even acted, nothing has been okay. Yeah, this woman has to snap out of this. And if it shatters her, then let it shatter her. But she keeps interfering in your reality. She keeps hurting herself. This is really a sad situation if you take a look. It's just really sad what's going on. This woman really needs to choose herself. It's like no more. She really needs to abandon all that she's convinced herself about. She has to reflect on what the truth really is. She has to come face to face with herself and stop running away from herself, trying to be you, trying to be like you, live your life. Like, this woman, she's going to literally snap. It's going to be something that creates these chain of events where everyone now, it's just going to balance the situation now, where it's like, yeah, now we all see the truth, we all know what's up, and we can all now like move on. And this woman, it'll lead her, this chain of events that is about to be set off, is just going to further take her down the rabbit hole of her karmic debts. This woman, these experiences she's going through, they're going to shatter her. This woman's life is going to literally shatter her. She's going to die heartbroken, miserable, angry, enraged, bitter, because that's the path she chose. That's the way she chose to be. She chose to be a screwed up person. She chose that. She chose to be messed up. She chose to destroy, steal. She chose the envy. She chose the jealousy, and look at where it is leading her. God is tired of this woman's interference in your life. What's about to happen is going to put her in the situation where now different things can be done. Because now she's taking advantage of the fact that you are being the bigger person and being the divine feminine. You're not doing anything. She thinks she can continue doing what she's doing because she's not being reprimanded. She's not getting some form of backlash. She thinks because no one's watching her bury these things, it's okay to bury them. It's okay to continue attacking your life, stalking you, because she's not receiving any sort of stop that. That's wrong. She's too far in her head, in her emotions with this. It has completely taken control of her. And it needs to come out. She too can't bear it anymore. She lives with it, but it doesn't mean she can take it. It's going to come out. It has to. This woman, she has to snap. And when she does, it doesn't mean her karma, is paid. This woman has so much to take accountability for. She has done so much to other people. It's not just you. This woman's life, she's going to pay for everything she's done to other people. She's going to pay for everyone she's hurt purposely. She's going to pay for every sin. Because everyone has to, in the end, we all have to repent and face the Most High God. And even if God has to find you like this, because you're so evil and wicked in your ways, God will send His own. And God sent you to this woman to show her she ain't shit. She chose wrong. That's why she ain't shit. And whose problem is that? Whose problem is it that she looks at your identity as some form of saving grace of her own miserable identity because of what she's done? Why is she running away from herself? What has she done that she can't look at anymore or at all? She's shameful. She has so many sins. This woman has done so much and she's running away from it. And she keeps making everyone else's life worse. She keeps hurting people. It's not just you. You need to understand here. You are just an assignment of karma to a bigger lesson. This woman has so much. She's been so fucked up to so many people. It's crazy. And she wants to sweep that under the rug and continue being delusional and thinking it's just going to fade away. It's not going to just fade away. We all have to face ourselves. We all have to be judged for our sins, and life will take us there. This woman's life is going to take her to her judgment. She's going to pay for every single thing before she leaves earth. She's going to pay down to that one thing, tiny thing, to the biggest, because she has to. This woman purposely tapped into the devil energy. She purposely chose darkness, and she has to regurgitate. Just to purge, it has to come out. We have the Five of Cups, and it's going to come out. All of it. All of it. Like this woman, everything. She has to take accountability. Don't forget, this is the same karmic Jezebel spirit that's been doing all sorts of black magic, voodoo, and witchcraft upon you and your life. This is the same person that sent death wish upon you, death energy, evil eye. This is the same person that is trying to actively ruin your life and destroy you. This is no one to feel remorseful. This is no one to sympathize with. This is not an opinion or a critique. I'm saying this is truth. Someone is not right. This is not right. You don't do this to people. You work on yourself and you ask yourself what the problem really is. And you heal it within yourself with time. Don't make your trauma anyone's problem. This woman is making her lack of self-identity your problem. She's making her trauma your problem. I'm smelling pills. Like this woman needs to be medicated, or is. She's just not taking the pills. We have the Hierophant reversed. This woman has so much that she needs to, like her life, like this woman needs to take responsibility. Like this woman's life is about to take such a turn. It's going to literally seem like such a sad thing that's happening to her. But that's the thing. It be people's lives that really fall apart, and we look at it as a sad thing, but what did they do to trigger that in their world? What led them there? Is it of another person's doing? Maybe someone formed a weapon against them and it actually prospered? Or is it they doing? They sowed their seeds and now they're reaping what they've sown. They sent an energy out in the world and it's hitting their life. This is what's going to happen to this person. It's a self-inflicted thing. Self-inflicted karmic justice that she needs to pay for. The things that are about to happen to this woman is serious. Like, this woman has to be medicated. Or is. She's just not taking her meds. It needs to be something. This woman needs help. She needs help. When everyone around her sees the insanity and people literally abandon her because she's literally, when she attacks you, which she will, as she actively snaps, when you're in the same place at the same time, it's not going to come off like, oh, you beefing, girl fight, oh, there's competition, oh, intimidation. It's going to be like, man, you really have a problem. Because what is wrong with you? I didn't do anything to you. What is your problem? You want to be charged for assault and harassment and stalking. You want to be put in a jail cell so you can reevaluate your fucking problems. This woman has problems here. It's not your fault. She really needs to take a look in the mirror. When everybody sees the insanity after everything she said and everything she's done, ways she's acted, everybody is going to literally turn the other way. They won't support her in this. They won't be like, yeah, girl, we standing behind you. We got you. Go attack divine feminine. They'll be like, girl, we already been saw that you're obsessed. People are even afraid to tell this woman, like, ma, let's not talk about her. They don't want to say, let's not talk about her, because they know how desperately she loves to talk about you in a very foul way. She says the most outrageously disgusting things. This was someone who will defame your character, or said so many things to defame your character, to make you seem like something you're not. You know how that can affect someone's life? It's like, let's say someone wants to apply for something and they need that application to be of succession, or their life falls apart. Maybe they need to get in a certain room of life. They need to be in a specific place of life, and they need that breakthrough, and someone stands in the way of that. It can shatter that whole person's life because someone decided to stand in the way of something they were meant for, or something they wanted for themselves, something they needed. But that someone that's standing in the way has no right to stand in the way. It's wrong. This person here is wrong for their behavior. They're trying to stand in the way of who you already are by continuously putting you so much in the filth that they want you to be in with their words, their actions, and their behavior. It's like they want you to not be respected, not have the beauty you have, not hold the reputation and the image you have, not have the caliber you have. She wants you to be nothing in people's eyes, and she's been actively trying to make sure of it. But people don't see you the way she thinks. People are not looking at you the way she thinks. People are just afraid to say it. But when this happens, it's just going to trigger a chain of events where people are going to be like, you know what, girl, you've been holding this in. It's a thing. It's in the energy. Whatever has been withheld is about to break through, whether it's for good or for bad. Something is about to happen to everyone, for good or for bad. It's karma. We all receiving our end of it. And this woman, her life has spiraled in such chaos because of the decisions and choices she's made. It's time to take accountability, and you are going to lead her to that point of her life. You are one key contributing factor that God has sent her way, amongst other people and other things. But this needs to happen. This woman needs to show her insanity. Everyone must see. It just is universal alignment at this time. She won't be able to hold it in because it's in the energy. It must come out. It must happen. Everyone must go through something as a form of what is due for them. Whether you are due for that kingdom spouse, or due for that karma of hatred that you had towards someone, so you attacked their life, and now it's time for you to pay for that hatred. Like this person, they paying, they will, they are. They want you to hate them so bad. They want you to be like them so bad. They want this to be reciprocated so bad. We are in competition. This is a girl fight. We are beefing. There's this, there's that going on between us. Like, who has time for that? Clearly, this woman here, double three of swords, they need a powerful rude awakening to snap them out of this delusion. Because you're still thinking about girl fights, competition, and all this when your life is in shambles. You're still thinking about all of these things when you're facing so much chaos in your reality. This woman is not seeing that she's completely abandoning herself by allowing herself to further sink in this obsessive mania. Countless times not choosing herself, by completely obsessing over your reality and your identity, it's time for this woman to go back to where she comes from, meaning she has to face herself, and what's about to happen is going to strip her of every ounce of authority, control, and power she felt and thought she had over your reality and name. Someone's going to pay for even uttering a bad thing about you. It's going to reflect on her life. She's going to swallow and regurgitate at the same time. This level of embarrassment, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Someone's going to be so embarrassed when they snap. Because like I said, this is an orchestrated thing that no one is in control of except God. God needs this woman to show her satanic agent self. She needs to pay. Just because God protects you from the insanity she wanted you to go through, it doesn't mean now she must pay and learn her lesson for it. Hence, she will be insane, and she is. It's just going to come out now. It's going to actively show. The backfire is going to be finalized when you encounter this woman in your reality. The same backfire we've been speaking about, when this karmic encounter happens, when you come face to face with the satanic agents, something is going to set off a chain of events here that is going to lead to ultimate vindication, because someone here has a lot to take accountability for. It's like someone is wrong for this. This is wrong. When she comes into your reality the way she will, because it's going to be something unplanned, she will literally not see this coming. Neither will you, but you have the leg up. You've been warned, so when it happens, you will know. But it won't change the fact that it'll just happen. It's not like you'll know next week this, next week that. No. So when it happens, this woman won't be able to control herself. She'll snap. She won't. This won't be something she can maintain and prepare herself for and orchestrate and curate an identity to fit like this non-intimidated woman who doesn't care about you. They don't fear you, when ultimately within herself she's shitting her pants because you are who she wants to be. Of course she fears you. She's talking about, she's just good at hiding it. How she hides it is with the words she speaks about you, the actions she takes. You going around planting jars in soil with you, I must make you tremble. You shiver at the sight of me, bitch. Let alone me touching you, hoe. This woman here, she's gonna learn. We have the King of Cups reversed. It's coming out twice. You will be emotionally balanced in this situation. She won't. When this woman sees you, it's all hell breaking loose. Literally, Ace of Swords. She'll literally just abandon her personality that she's crafted and orchestrated to hold herself together, because she's going to actively lose control. And when she loses control, it's going to fully unlock the mania, the obsessive mania. Meaning she won't be able to hide it anymore or try to coexist with it. It's going to literally come out. The level of embarrassment, this is the type of embarrassment that's going to make her regret ever attacking you or even wanting to be like you. It's going to make her feel like, man, I should have stayed in my lane. I shouldn't have even thought of overstepping. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, On my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions slash life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.